Hi folks, today we're at Kondalilla Falls, which is south of Flaxton in the Sunshine Coast hinterland. We're going for a walk down today to the rock pools and then to the lookout that looks at the waterfall. The sign says 1.4 kilometres to the rock pools and 1.5 kilometres to the waterfall lookout, but this is actually in different directions. You have to walk maybe 1 kilometre and then you head off in one direction to the rock pools, then come back to the Y intersection and head in the opposite direction to the right, which goes to the lookout. I actually went almost to the bottom of the Kondalilla Falls, but it's very steep down and it's quite a trek back up. There is also a large number of steps to get to the rock pools, and then you have to come back up and then head towards the lookout. This is the picnic ground at Kondalilla. It has one electric barbecue here only. It does have an old wood-fired barbecue, but I don't think it's in service. And there are public toilets here also. This is also another access point to the Great Walk, the walk that runs all the way through along the Blackall Range. It's 50.8 kilometres long. If you check out my last vlog on Mapleton, it describes in detail about the Great Walk. Has a site where you can book for the campgrounds. There's 3 campgrounds along the track that you can sleep overnight. You cannot light any fires on the campsites, and you have to take your rubbish with you. It's very easy the first circuit. After that it gets a little more difficult with quite a large number of steps. This is one very magical place along this walk. This beautiful little spot has another waterfall and a rock pool on Picnic Creek. You can see the lower track at this point, where this first part of the circuit comes back to this spot. This really is a lovely walk. Sit back and enjoy the walk until we get to the rock pools. This is Obi Valley Lookout. It's the first vantage point, just a little way above the rock pools. At this point you go right to go to the rock pools, or continue straight ahead to go back to the circuit, back to the car park. There are a few steps at this point just before you get to the rock pools. Incidentally, the rock pools is the body of water that is right at the top of the Kondalilla Falls before it falls down the rock face for 80 meters. At this point it branches to the right down the very steep steps that goes down to the Kondalilla Falls Lookout and the full circuit, which is about 4.8 kilometres, and you turn left here to go to the rock pools. So you have to come back to this point to go around the full circuit. Or I guess you could go the circuit this way and go the opposite way around than most people go. It is another beautiful afternoon in sunny Queensland. The rock pools here are a very popular swimming spot, especially in hot summer, but it is about 1.2 kilometres walk to get here, so you would work up quite a sweat, so it would be exceptionally nice once you got here. This is standing at the top of the waterfalls, looking out over the valley. You can see the other end of the walk up ahead there with the guardrail going around. Now if you follow this track all the way down and around, it will bring you back up to the track on the other side of the rock pool. It's quite a hike. I did not go all the way around this time. I have done it years ago. I went almost to the bottom, but I turned around and came back. My legs aren't what they used to be. There are some parts of this track is very tricky. You have to be very careful where you stand. There are no guardrails along the side, and it's quite a drop in places with a very narrow path. This is the Kondalilla Falls lookout. I walked almost all the way to the bottom from here. If I had continued the walk, it would have came back around to the top of the waterfall you see up there. A lot of this track is very narrow, and you'd have to be very careful here in the wet with very steep steps. As you can see in spots here, I was having trouble videoing this and keeping my footing at the same time, watching where I was going. Very dangerous in places. This is just one little track off to the side where you can get a glimpse of the waterfall. It's all much the same after this point. I walked a little bit further and then I turned around and went back. Now it's time to navigate the 100 plus steps to get back up again. Back up at the lookout. Yes, I'm admiring the view, but it's my excuse to have a break and have a breather. I've skipped ahead 400 metres to the intersection where it goes back around the other side of the first circuit. So the whole walk is approximately 5 kilometres if you go the full circuit down to the base of the waterfall and around, but it is quite steep, so it is quite a trek, some of it. If you enjoy any of our informative vlogs, please like and subscribe. It is so important to keep our channel growing. Next week I'm trying to put a vlog together for sea life, and the following week a vlog on Australia Zoo. So please keep tuned for these vlogs to come. This really is a beautiful walk. If you enjoy hiking and walking in the bush, then this bushwalk is a must if you are reasonably fit. Again, please like and subscribe and tell your friends if they're travelling anywhere. They may get some useful information if they're travelling to any of the places in Australia, Sunshine Coast, or parts of Europe and Russia. We are off on another trip in 10 weeks through Europe again, and a cruise of the Norwegian fjords, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful week until I see you next week. Thank you. Bye.